Slow or complicit? Prior to the storming of the Capitol, the Trump administration replaced Attorney General Bill Barr, Defense Secretary Mark Esper, and carried out sweeping changes at the top of the Defense Department's leadership structure, removing several of its most senior officials and replacing them with Trump loyalists. With so much internet chatter about the impending assault on our Capitol, could it be that the Trump administration had these leaders replaced because they knew that these men at these posts would have been obligated to call in troop reinforcements? The most obvious explanation is often correct. Could this explain why Capitol Police were not reinforced? Noting that his pleas for backup were ignored by the Sergeant-at-Arms and the Pentagon, former Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sundt stated, "If we would have had the National Guard, we could have held them at bay." Sundt, who has since resigned, a 25-year veteran of Washington's Metropolitan Police Department, claimed that he made 6 calls for backup during the riot that were rejected or delayed. Around 2 p.m., the time the Capitol was breached, Sundt made an urgent call for help, stating, "I've got to get boots on the ground," only to hear Lieutenant General Walter Piatt, Director of the Army Staff, reply he could not recommend that Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy, Piatt's boss, approve the request, saying, "I don't like the visuals of the National Guard standing in a police line with the Capitol in the background." Sundt's immediate and urgent request for help went unanswered for hours. Mr. Sundt also claimed that House Sergeant-at-Arms Paul Irving and Senate Sergeant-at-Arms Michael Stenger both seemed reluctant to ramp up the uniformed presence around the Capitol in the days leading up to the riot, suggesting that they were concerned about the optics. After this massive breach of security, both Irving and Stenger have resigned. So where was this concern for the optics or the visuals when the military troops were used against peaceful protesters to sweep a street so Trump could take a photo holding a Bible in front of a church, or when the military was standing guard to prevent access to the Black Lives Matter protest scheduled at the Lincoln Memorial? Maryland Governor Larry Hogan stated that the Maryland National Guard was prepared to move into the Capitol, yet had to wait 2 hours to receive approval to do so. Again, a rational person might wonder why. Ohio Democratic Representative Tim Ryan told reporters that 2 Capitol Police officers had been suspended. One took selfies with the rioters, and the other put on a "Make America Great Again" hat and directed the rioters in the Capitol. As you consider this, consider also that there is evidence showing some of the rioters had detailed knowledge of the layout of the Capitol building, which visitors and even new congresspersons find confusing, with enough specificity to instruct other rioters on how to breach certain areas to take over the building,